So traders, we actually have some weak markets in the markets, weak markets in the markets, and we also have some strong markets in the markets as well too, right? So let's actually get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. All right, traders, let's actually get straight into it. So make sure you grab that free trading course, guys. Link in the description. In fact, when you go over to that link in the description, you not only do you get the free trading course, but I got a free 1.5-hour bonus welcome training. As soon as you put your email address in, you get a bonus welcome training as well too. Make sure you check that out because I even teach you on that training, my #1 trading pattern to trade in market crashes. Link in the description. So looking at the actual stock market itself, the S&P 500, we're continue going sideways here. This is the do or die situation, which ways it go, what's it doing, so on and so forth. And that's exactly what we're seeing through here, right? So we're seeing that we actually have the market coming up, market coming down. What comes next will give us a really good indication of what comes next. You get that? What comes next, right? So we're actually moving up, we come back down, and then we go sideways through here. So when we're looking at this here, we can actually see that if we start to get something like this on the downside, looking at the S&P 500, there could be some really, really, really big moves that come on the downside by looking at the S&P 500 there, right? So that's the big thing that I'm actually watching for and I'm looking at as well too. So step number 1 there. So step number 2 as well too is that the thing that I'm also watching is how strong are the mining stocks. Mining stocks are really, really, really strong. As you guys know, my baby is the GDXJ. If you don't know why, I'm not going to get into it right here, but my baby is the GDXJ and what we're actually looking at here. So we can see that we've actually got a sort of a downward pattern through here, right? And then we also have another downward pattern through here as well too. So we actually have this entire pattern through here. The big thing we want to keep an eye out for, okay, which I believe we've actually started to change, but the big key we want to keep an eye out for by looking at the GDXJ is indeed we actually start to see we have this high, this low, and the market's actually going up through here. So we really want to start to see this thing. Oh geez, I'm burping my other place here. We really want to start to see this thing get back above that $45 level there through there, right? So down, across, and then getting back above the $45 level that we actually can see through there. So that's actually one of the big things I'm watching for when it comes to the mining stocks through there. Let's actually go have a look at gold today. So gold indeed is just, golly, gold is strong like bull, right? It is really strong. And the big thing we're actually seeing here when it comes to gold is just how strong it has been, right? And you'll notice a lot of people out there that when we're when we're looking at the gold market, a lot of people are still focused on the crypto market, right? And a lot of people have hated gold for a long time. They've actually hated gold. The big thing that you want to keep an eye out for and the big thing you want to watch for is that one of the reasons why gold is such a really, really, really good sort of powerful pattern through there is indeed we can actually see how strong it's actually been, right? So we've been up, and then now we're actually continuing up from here. The big thing you want to really keep an eye out for when it comes to gold is just how hated it actually is. Like, people still think gold is useless. You watch, traders, you watch the gold market, because there's going to be a double inflation, right? There's going to be a double inflation. There's going to be what tends to happen in these inflationary environments. Let me actually show you this here, because I think this is really important to understand what's likely to happen with gold and why gold and the gold mining stocks are indeed a pretty powerful force. So we actually have this here, right? So we have, let me show you the United States. This is the inflation rate through here, right? And if we go to max, we can see that just by studying history, we know what's coming, right? Look at this here. Looking at the inflation, we had a one spike, drop, second spike, higher than the next spike. So that happened in the 40s. Now we're looking at the 70s, right? We have a one spike and a drop and a second spike, and that's where we're at right now. So we've come back down through here, and now we're going sideways. So we've had the very first spike. Guess what's coming? The market's probably gonna come down through here, just like it did through here the first time and here the second time. Now, what's gonna happen? Remember, number 2 is always higher than number 1. Number 2 is always higher than number 1. And then number 2 is always higher than number 1 as well too, right? Number 1 through here. So there's going to be from here to 2030, this is the 2030 mark through here, right? There's going to be this in reinflation through here. And when number 2 starts to hit, mark my words, gold and the gold mining stocks are going to absolutely take off like a rocket. Okay? Absolutely take off like a rocket. It has been the unloved child. It's been the haters market. And what is the number one saying when it comes to investing? You want to invest where? When most people don't want to invest, right? Just look at the cycle of things as well too. We're really looking at this big long-term picture, and we're starting to study and understand what's really going on, in the marketplace and what's really happening through here. So the whole big thing through here, okay, the whole really big thing that we're seeing is that we're really starting to understand of what's going on there. That's the reason why, guys, when we go back to the gold market again, that's the reason why this here is, to me, is starting a really big move. But it's going to stair step, okay? Nothing just goes straight up. We may go like that and then a stair step and something like that, okay? We're going to get a stair step in the marketplace. And so the big thing that we're looking out for here right now is we're starting to see we have this false breakout to the downside, and then we have this movement up coming up into where we are right now. When we get these sort of false breakouts through here, what tends to happen with these is step number 1 is we actually end up getting a movement back to the other side of the channel, right? So that's what we get through there. And then we've actually had, and then once we actually get to this other side of the channel, we tend to have a bit of a bounce. So we tend to go up, right? Now it's not going to go straight up. We may get a pullback and then something like that, right? Well, when we get here, we tend to get a bit of a bounce. And then when it breaks this 2,100, it's probably going to be on its way up to around about the 2,500 level. So that's why gold right now is such a really big mover in the markets. Most people are hating gold. Most people hate the mining stocks, right? But mark my words. Now let me actually say something here. Do you honestly believe we're never going to go through another mining boom again? No, right? Of course we're going to go through another mining boom. Why? Because it just happens. We go through no mining boom, we go through mining boom. No mining boom, right? We go through these stages in life, right? So the whole thing here, and the whole thing that we're actually looking at here, is we go through these things in life, and we go through these stages in life that when we go through this cycle here, we know there's going to be another mining sector, right? Look at this here. If I look at the GDXJ and I look at it from a big long-term chart, look where the GDXJ is. It's down here at ultra low levels, right? It's like right down here. We're like not that far off from the ultra low level from the crash. Now, mining boom is coming. We just don't know when. So it's not a matter of being lucky. Who's going to get the extra digits? Who's going to get the extra few zeros on your account are those who are positioned and patient and waiting for these things to really unfold, right? And we actually had this movement up and then a movement down, and then we're probably likely to get another movement up soon, but it may do something like this, and then we may get the big move, okay? So the big move coming out of the mining stocks may be on the other side of 2023, 2024, and so on and so forth, right? They are the big things that we need to keep an eye out for when it actually comes to these markets through there. Really, 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 really interesting point through here, guys, is that people are trying to chase all these, the crypto markets and so on and so forth, but they're completely forgetting the mining sector, right? Again, like this is not for every stock through here, right? It's not for every gold and mining stock, but here is the really interesting thing through here. Okay, the interesting thing is that we're going to go through another mining boom, right? right? So let's actually just say, for example, yeah, we go for another mining boom, but it's going to take a bit of time. Let's just say, for example, it's 2025. Well, yeah, you know what? Let's actually do this here. Let's actually draw a trend line, right? That's actually there. Let's actually go from here. That's actually 2030, right? By the way. So let's actually duplicate that line. And let's actually say 2025 is when the market actually starts to take off, right? So let's just say you actually get in here. Now, I'm not telling you to get in here, guys. Let's say you get in here and the market drops. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, it's dropped 40%, 50%. Oh, no. But then the market starts to take off through here. And then we start to do something like that. And this is by 2030, right? We could start to see, not 100%, but a quadrupling of markets continuing up through here in the markets through here, right? So the whole purpose of this, guys, is that you can do really well. You just got to be able to position yourself and then just be patient.